Okay, let's see how this works. I've got you mounted on my head, my GoPro. That should be fine. Alright, so what you're going to be doing, actually came 2 days earlier than I thought it would. This case did. Let's see if this thing will hold it. You want to see my awesome duct taping job down here? That leg broke a couple days ago, so I have to have it duct taped together so it's not it's pretty awesome when it starts sliding one way or the other and starts collapsing. Anyway, so this is the Thermaltake H200 TG Snow RGB edition. RGB Snow Edition, I don't know. It's got RGB Edition, Snow Edition. Also comes in a black case. Is there a better image of this thing? I'm gonna get one on this side. There's also a version of it on this side. So, let's see. I need to open this thing. Costs about $90. Well, it's $92 with shipping included on Amazon. Mid-tower case. No side panel fans. I won't go over too much detail. It's like I did with the 3900X. Just because these are more just like unboxing, simple unboxing videos. We'll go in more detail when we do the full unboxing with all the other parts and whatnot. So I get these out of the way now. Let's get this down here. Okay. Of course, these are never easy. Okay, let's do this the smart way. Well, maybe it's the smart way, I don't know. It's definitely the easier way, where the handles are on the other side. I think it's slipping off. Alright. Okay, there we go. Alright. Alright, let's have a look at this thing properly here. I am liking the look of that though. It's very sleek, very tame for the usual stuff that I get. Okay, so we got a bunch of expansion ports. Alright, we got some manual here. So this is a tempered glass door. Is it magnetic? So it's got hinges on this side here, you can see. I got some kind of tape. Okay, this is also holding on the plastic. So I can do this without taking the plastic off. We'll leave that on for the moment. Tempered glass, handle with care. Okay, it definitely hinged. Opens up pretty far. Oh wow, it opens up all the way. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what we got in terms of stuff. So these are SATA drive slots. There's another drive cage down in there. Say drive carriage down in there. It's got this nice kind of mesh filter on top of here. I'm not sure exactly how good that would be for dust blocking now. It also prevents you from doing a like if you wanted to do fans on top or something like that, or top mounted radiator, you would want to do that on this because this is built into this. You can't remove it, looks like. So you can only mount it from the inside. Still, that's fine. I don't plan on doing that. But if you were looking to do that, stuff on the top here, RGB color light. I think that's a reset button. Tiny son of a bitch. I think so. And then this is the power. And you got your headphone and microphone jack, USB 3.0, 2 ports, RGB thing here. And I believe that this right here is the air intake for the fans, which is interesting. So would you mount the fans on the, I guess on the outside? Yeah, okay, you mount the fans on this part of it here on the outside, and then the air gets pulled in there maybe. Maybe they do go on the inside, I'm not sure. We'll have to figure it out. So does this come off the hinges? Actually, we can unscrew the hinge. That's no. Yeah, it's magnetic. That's nice. So it's very easy to get into this thing, and that's not going to come off because it's magnetized. Let's see. Let's put this down over here. Should be fine. Okay. I think just going to take a normal screwdriver here. Where's is the thing on here? Yes, it is. I don't need that. So, ba-ba-da-ba-da. Maybe this one. First try. Awesome. All right. I'd want to take this off anyway. Now the hinge actually comes out too, okay. Okay, we'll get that in a second. Should take this off without breaking it. set this down over here. Okay. Okay, so hinges, screws. There's one still on the thing. I was going to say, it should be 4. Already lost one of them now. There we go. So, move that over that way. And the other side has the traditional thumb screws. The other side panel. Got it. Alright. So this just slides off. Okay. Looks like there's not much room in terms of like pop out on the back plate for anything. Let's see what we can do in terms of routing and we got these up here though, so it shouldn't really matter too much in terms of like the hard drive. Some of these cases have spaces in the back for SATA drives, but this one doesn't up here too, so that's fine though. Alright, let's see. I think this is all the hardware. Yeah, hardware, zip ties, looks like a speaker as well. Mounting, yeah, so it's got all the stuff we'll need. Screws and standoffs and whatnot. Alright. So, front panel, got our reset stuff. Speaker for the plug and the microphone, I guess, too. And then the USB header. Yeah. Here's that larger drive bay down here. So I can have one of these. It looks like there's mounting. Well, there's. I guess the rest of this is for the CPU, isn't it? True. Interesting. I wonder if you could mount one on top of this. Maybe? No, probably not. We'll have to see. So I have two, well, that's what alright, that's what I was talking about. I will have to move my two internal, well, I'll have one, my Caviar Black will be in here, in this drive bay, and then the F drive will be out in the, out in my StarTAC dock, I guess. That's what I'll have to do with that. Alright. Now this case is very light. I'd say, like, you know, no more than maybe, oh, interesting, there's a huge, let's take a look at the bottom of this thing. No more than maybe 10 pounds or so. There is a very long dust, one of these dust filters in the bottom of this thing. This goes all the way along the bottom of this, like so. Interesting. Okay, cool. These are not rubber, they are felt. I don't know what the crap that stuff is. So, that's kind of an interesting choice. I mean, it's not going to move around, I don't think. It moves around a little bit, but it's not weighted down with hardware yet, so. In terms of, I like the design, the kind of design in here, it's nice looking. This is the RGB strip here. In terms of the design for a Thermaltake case, it's about average build, I guess. There's a little bit of flexibility in there. This stuff here feels really flimsy. I feel that this upper section could rip pretty easily, actually. the thing underneath here. Oh wait, never mind. This is this does come off. It's magnetic. Cool. So you actually could do stuff on top here if you wanted to. Interesting. It's magnetic. Cool. So you do have options, and you can clean this too. Nice. I like that. A lot of the full tower cases, they'll have like this crazy crap on top that covers this kind of stuff. So trying to kind of, sometimes if you have like air filters like this on it, or fans that are mounted on top, or radiator or whatever, it's hard to get to them to service them and whatnot, and do stuff with them. So I'm liking this case so far. I wanted to get something smaller this time. Smaller but more powerful than my $5,000 PC. That's what this is going to be. It's going to be a, actually that was almost $6,000, the one I'm using now, after all is said and done. This system will be like maybe half the weight of my current system, maybe more, because there won't be a custom cooling loop with all that damn metal hardware in it. And it'll be like at least 3 times as powerful. It's going to have 64 gigabytes of RAM, 12 threads on the CPU. Yeah, it's going to be a lot more powerful. Let's take another look at the inside here. So if you're looking at it from this side, that's kind of annoying. It's not a very good grip point. Let's take that off. But if you're going to work with this case, take this off before you start moving it around like that on the top, because this thing just slides all over the place. I'd also highly suggest taking off the tempered glass before working with it too. But yeah, so the PSU area is closed off on this side, so you have to go around the other side. So that's kind of good because looking at it from this side, you don't see all that stuff down there, and you have this nice area here for cable management. A lot of cases will have it the opposite. You'll have like a solid piece on this side, and you have to route around things. This one, you just have this open area here, so you can bring cables wherever you need to. So I think this will be pretty good for cable management. You can't really see it because I'm not in the frame. So this will be good for cable management, I think. Because we can just bring like the 24 pin up through here, up through this section in there. You can see it from this side. Up through this section here. The 4 pin can come up and like come through in here. And then we can have like the fan stuff coming back to, I'll have to figure out where to put the Corsair Commander Pro at. Maybe it can mount in here. The one thing I'm noticing is this doesn't really have much in terms of customability on these drive bays here. To be honest though, we only need one, because I'm only going to have one drive at the moment. Yeah, so you only have one space. It doesn't like, there's not multiple spaces to use, so if you wanted to have like a third one, you'd have to figure out some other way to mount it. Maybe there'd be enough space here for it, along here. I'll have to see how large it is when I get it. Otherwise, I may need to, depending on how far the board comes off this and the card and whatnot, and where those are positioned at. I might be able to mount it here, but again, the graphics card would be an issue on that, I think. I wonder what all this stuff is for here. Let's see. It might be for like radiators, like for custom loops. Because it looks like it has mounting hardware for that. Let's see what the manual says. RTFM. So we got the buzzer, motherboard alarm, standoff tool, screws, power supply screws, SSD screws, SSD screws, SSD HDD screws or rubber gaskets, HDD screws, case fan screws, movable ties, cable management, They're not movable. What the hell are you talking about? Those are freaking zip ties. 7 expansion slots. Fits a mini ATX, a 6.7 by 6.7 inch board, a 9.6 by 9.6 micro ATX, or a 12 inch by 9.6 ATX. I would have gone with a mini with the micro ATX, but the problem is that the only AM4 board for 3900X or Ryzen 3 CPUs, Ryzen Zen 2 Gen 3 CPUs, is the ASRock, and that thing has crappy features and crappy memory support too. So if you're looking to build a smaller form factor AMD 4 system based on the 3900X, wait. I'd say wait till maybe mid to late first quarter of next year, and you might have some more mini ITX and micro ATX boards to choose from. Right now it's the selection's total trash. So HDD installation, RGB switch mode. So flow mode. So flow mode 1, flow mode 2, which is single color. Let's see, wave mode 3, RGB mode single color 4, breathe mode 5 through 11, which has a bunch of different colors. So I wonder what long press the RGB mode for 3 seconds to turn off the light strip. It doesn't say what the actual mode is though. Like, how do you get to the modes? Like, is breathe, does it go through all those colors, or how do you get the single color mode, or what? It's kind of interesting. So it's got all the air cooling things you can do with this. Water cooling. Lead installations. Let's go down last page. There we go. Looking to see what the hell that thing is for. These mounting things here are for. Because you obviously mount something there. I'm not sure what though. Yeah, it says to disassemble the side panel for the tempered glass panel before working on it. So SSD installation. Oh, okay, so on this thing back here, you can put an SSD on top of this if you wanted to. So it's showing it here. So you got the 3.5, then you have the SSD. I wonder if you could do it at the same time though. Maybe not. It'd be nice if you could, because that would give you an extra SSD drive to put into there, but I don't think it does. You might be able to find something you can put in somewhere in here to increase the storage, but you don't have too much hard drive space. Let's see. PCI card installation, I/O ports. It doesn't say what that stuff is for. Okay, so this part comes off. You can pull that off. Huh. Very, very minimalistic. Minimalist instructions. This has been a really bad trend, having just shit poor instructions. And this is like, you know, it's like what, 21 pages total. Well, one of them's two of them are ad pages, but it's just, you know, it just basically says installation instructions and part list. It doesn't go over all the features of the case, like what can be mounted in here. I mean, because you got like these slider things here, you got these screw holes. It looks like you're supposed to be able to put something into there, but it doesn't say what you can put into there. So that's just kind of interesting. Anyway, so there's that. Just gotta put this back in. Okay. So yeah, that's this case. Thermaltake cases usually are pretty good for airflow. Yeah, I gotta say this last slot here. You got 7 slots, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Unless you take out these slots, this one at least. Unless you at the very least take out this SSD bay, you're not gonna be able to use this last slot. So I think that's a drawback kind of thing that you have to deal with. Luckily there's a lot of room, so we can put our 5700 XT on these 2 slots, or maybe these 2, and then put the Elgato on this one. So the whole point of this computer is to be something a little smaller than what I normally build, be more powerful but a bit smaller, updated, but also be able to be movable for streaming consoles, because I'll carry this into my room to do console streaming, or I'll move the consoles into my computer room. I don't know which. But yeah, so that might be an interesting thing though, putting the consoles in my computer room, because then I can just run them off the 4K monitor. I'll have to think about that. But this does come off, it looks like. You just have to get a screwdriver in there to pry it off. Flathead screwdriver. These are all Velcro tied down.